a blanket no. But it's airspace, isn't it? Airspace is inland. This is our land. And so therefore, we own the space around the land. Flown over people, because you can't guarantee area, natural animals which could be affected by the presence of drones and not infringe on data protection laws. Pilots may not have correct insurances to compensate for the trust remedial action. The use of aerial vehicles is prohibited by the trust bylaws.
The policy there on the drone or not? Can I see it?
Well, I don't know because that's GDPR. Do you know what I mean? So I read our policies because...
But if a member of the public can't see the policy, how do I know if you were? So guys, welcome back to a video in Dunham Massey. National Trust Dunham Massey. Now we're only here because we've just gone and done some drone footage on the Bridgewater Canal breach just next door. And I thought as it's right here, I might walk past the car gatehouse with the drone and say, I'm coming in the drone, I'm flying in today. See what they say. Let's park up in the queue with Nick. Zoomy zoom.
Hi there, you're on.
Hello. Are you the right lady, or shall I go and tell them?
What do you want to do?
Let's just fly around.
Oh, right, okay. I don't think we do.
Okay. No, I'm going to fly it, but
yeah.
I wasn't sure whether the queue for the cars was the best one, or to go in there and let them know the
Right, okay. You
centre.
have to ask permission. I don't know. I don't think it's allowed.
Should I go and tell them?
Yeah, just
Down
I don't think it's allowed.
All right, really?
Yeah, but if you just want to go and ask at reception.
Yeah, I'll go and let them know. Yeah.
Ask to speak to the duty manager.
Oh, the duty manager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye. Very authoritative voice. And ask permission. Yeah, well, I've already been in here. I've been sent down with that. I came in a minute ago, but I went to the gatehouse. So I've been doing some flying around the floods, and I thought I'll come in and I'll do some footage on your site now.
Right, okay.
Of your site, not on your site.
Yeah.
What about flying over our
Yeah.
site?
Yeah, I've been doing some view of the floods so far. And I saw you here, so I thought I'd fly over your land and see what I can
Drones aren't
see.
allowed over, unless it's kind of pre-arranged with the National Trust. It's not allowed over National Trust land, I'm afraid.
So what about if I go off and I take it up from there
Can we speak to Tash?
and I bring it. Oh, have you got a shotgun on site? Have you?
Yeah.
Have you?
No.
I thought Joe.
Crack shot.
But I mean, I'll go and get the duty manager because they obviously.
Yeah, great.
It's not
Yeah.
very often we get.
Yeah, but
get
she might be
requests.
able to say you can go here but not there, and
Yeah.
you know
Okay.
what I mean. Yeah. Have you been doing the canal looking?
Yeah, I've just been down there. Yeah.
Because we tried to see it the other day, and it's all roped off. You can't actually see the bit where it's collapsed in.
You can now.
Oh, you can. You can get to it now.
Well, I was on the other side,
It's quite dangerous.
but there were people on the path walking along,
Right.
so I presume you could.
You can get to the canal, but not the bit surely that's collapsed.
Well, there were people walking on the footpath,
Yeah.
and a bit further along is where it collapsed.
Ah, right, okay.
So I don't know how they got there, but they were
Well,
there.
there was tape. I mean, you could just walk under it
Ah.
if you were daft enough, because, you know, it could go even worse any moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to walk on that little bit.
No, not on that
I took the drone down. It looked good.
Yeah.
Well, it looked bad.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
So it hasn't affected you guys, has it?
Well,
Really?
not us here, no, fortunately. I mean, obviously, we have the floodplains over there.
Yeah.
Which regularly get, that's what they're designed for, flooding. So that's
Yeah,
fine,
yeah.
that doesn't affect us. But Little Bollington's really bad.
Yeah, it's just been there.
Apparently. You've just been there.
Better now
Is it?
than the video I saw yesterday.
Right, it's starting to
Yeah.
drain away. But the canal looked so weird when I was walking along it, like really low. And then they built the dam. Did you see the bit where they built a dam?
Which way was that? I didn't go that far.
God, I can't remember now. Like towards that way, I think.
So the one way, the way that you've got all the boats,
Yeah.
that's super shallow now.
Yes.
Empty, but the
Yeah.
other way still, it's got a lot of water flowing out of it.
Yeah.
As far as I know with drones, I think it's a privacy issue because we've got lots and lots of visitors, young visitors. The other issue is we've got lots of veteran and ancient trees, sort of several hundred-year-old oaks where the limbs are prone to fall off at a given moment. So that's another reason why we do drones over the park.
I mean, as long as I stay above the tree. Oh, hello. All right.
To talk about the drone.
Yeah, if you can, should we? Which one to go?
We'll just go around.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I've been flying over the flood.
Right.
I saw you here, so I thought I'd do my own little video of
Yeah.
your site as well.
We can't allow it, unfortunately. I pulled the policy up here if you need to read it.
You got it, yeah.
Basically, it's all to do with filming people without permission. I know that you've asked if you can go off site and just fly your drone in.
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, just go off like on the main road and put it across.
But if you know that's not authorised by the National Trust, I wouldn't recommend it.
Right.
Because it's going against policy and like this is our property, and the people on here, have the right for their data to be protected and not be filmed when they're not.
I mean, I'll be nice and high. People will be dots, you know.
I understand that. I know a lot about photography, but it's the principle behind it. Really,
Okay.
we don't do drone filming, and if we do, people get special licenses and things like that. But it's important to us to do it in the correct way. So
Right.
because we also don't, want lots of visitors here all the time. With multiple drones up all at once, and it's about managing the site as well. It's not just about, it's about us knowing when filming's happening and stuff. So, we just can't permit it.
What I usually do, I usually come on and ask, not ask, but sort of see if I can launch from your land. So you're saying I won't be able to launch it on your land? Definite no.
We do, it really is just a blanket no. And as I say, the Trust has a policy that we can employ photographers ad hoc if we need it for specific film or anything like that.
Yep.
And we would do that as a one-off. But as I say, it's based on sometimes people shut sites to be able to do it, to make sure. Or we'll put signs up to say there's things happening in the area, so you might be filmed. It's all about GDPR and things like that.
Okay.
So you just kind of have to be. There are lots of laws around drone use, which I'm sure you're aware of.
Yeah. What I normally do, I normally come in and see if I can do it on your land, and if I can't, that's when I sort of just go, well, I'll go off the land and.
Yeah, but
it will come up.
I'm explicitly telling you that
right.
if you do that, then you've not got permission to do that
What?
on this land.
Right.
So
Okay.
you kind of mean.
So you're saying I can't do it on your land, but if I go off, then still it's a no-no or.
No, like I say, you won't have permission to put your drone in this over our land because of GDPR and data protection and our policy.
Does it actually breach your policy? I'm not trying to be awkward. I'm just curious of what the policy says.
Well, there's loads on it, but
So
for example,
if I go off the land and launch it across from there, is that still like it on there?
well, but what I'm saying is you're doing it with the knowledge that we wouldn't allow you to stand there and launch.
Oh no, that's your land, right? Yeah.
But it's airspace, isn't it? Airspace is inland, so this is our land, and
right.
so therefore we own the space around the land.
So you're saying even though I wouldn't launch it physically on the land, if the drone comes across into the airspace above your land, would that still be included in your policy? Is that what you're saying? Right.
Because it's about the people who are using it. As I say, there's loads of things.
Go on.
You can't be flown over people because you can't guarantee area, even if it's remote, it's empty. We have wildlife and agricultural animals which could be affected by the presence of drones and noises and things like that. Drones have cameras attached, obviously, which infringe on data protection laws. The presence of drones can be detrimental to our sites, our historical buildings. They can cause damage and harm. Pilots may not have correct insurances to compensate for the Trust remedial actions. The use of aerial vehicles is prohibited by the Trust bylaws. The bylaws reflect the charitable core purposes of the Trust to enable to preserve special places. You might go in restricted areas that aren't accessible to the public, and they're often not accessible to the public for a reason. There might be, I don't know, but this is why this stuff exists, and that's why, there are loads of laws around drone usage. So
I'll be honest, I've done a few different sites with my drone, not today. And National Trust, to me, they seem quite anti-drone. So when I saw you here next to the flood, I thought, let's just see what they say, see if they let me do it,
Well, we're not anti-drone, it's just that we want to protect our visitors and protect our spaces. So it's nothing about we're not anti-drone, because you will see that we employ people to make films and videos for us over periods of time to record, the difference we make in the landscape with all our charitable work and things.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, we're doing a lot of work on the wider estate. I know that we have commissioned drone footage of that at the start, and we probably will at the end, so you can see the difference in the landscape because of like our wildlife protection and things like that.
Yeah.
So we're not anti-drone.
Oh, right.
It's about protecting people and places and history and nature, and making sure that habitats are safe, and it's all our conservation aims really. That's why it's nothing to do with like a drone in particular. It's about all those things, and it's about respecting a space. We respect this space, and so therefore.
I mean, the drone will respect the space. I'm not going to be buzzing around people's heads. I'm going to be super high.
But as I say, if you're going to go off site and come into a place where you know that we wouldn't allow you to do it, then doesn't feel like respectful of a space, is it? It's a tricky one, but we don't allow drone usage.
Do you have the policy there on the drone or not? Can I see it?
Well, I don't know, because that's GDPR itself, because I'm an employee of the National Trust and you're not. Do you know what I mean? So I read our policies because...
But if a member of the public can't see the policy, how do I know, if you weren't here, let's say, how would I know it's in effect? Would it be on the website or...?
I'm not sure. I've never looked on the website.
No, don't show me nothing that's private, but I mean, if it's a policy that is, for people to read and let's say I was to research before I got here on can I fly my drone here, and you said to me, oh yeah, there's a policy, go and check on the website.
Regulations for drone use in the UK are set out by a Civil Aviation Authority. The regulations are lengthy, detailed, complex, and explained in simplified forms in this guidance. For full guidance, including handy one-page fact sheets, please see the Civil Aviation Authority. Drone Safe UK also provides clear, helpful guidance on the law, operational safety, and legal restrictions on flying.
Is that from your site, or is that the?
This is on my site, but it's directing us to the CAA. So let's go on to that website.
Yeah. I understand now.
Should
we go outside?
No.
It's a bit warm in here.
No.
It's only my coat.
Can stay here.
No worries. I wasn't sure whether you didn't want the customers to be hearing the talk on it.
Why?
I don't know.
I've got nothing to hide.
No, not for that reason. People might look and presume there's an issue or like.
Well, I'm answering.
Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah.
I know that.
A visitor
as
the manager here today. So.
Oh, your manager. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, no worries.
So I would suggest that you go on the CAA website, which is the website that refers to Civil Aviation Authority, which is what you are, so introduction to drone flying and UK rules, because that might just give you a bit of guidance for the future. And what we do is, our policy obviously is based
So the CAA part of it, I've got my boxes ticked on that. Mm-hmm. It's just the National Trust policy that I'm curious of, because if it says on there that the drone cannot fly over, that's interesting. But if it says...
Why is it interesting?
Because if it did say that, it's kind of infringing on the law. Does that make sense? But I don't...
No, because I'm not up to date. I don't know the ins and outs of all these.
But let's say the law says you can fly over private property, and then a company or a house say, oh, well, I've got my own policy, and they say, can't fly over. And it conflicts, but I don't know whether your policy would say that, or whether it would say
also, what
flying on our land.
Would be used for as well.
So make it beautiful, make it nice, put music on it, put it on a YouTube channel maybe, try and make some money from that.
Yeah, but that's an issue then in itself, isn't it? That's GDPR.
I don't know.
That's,
why?
Because...
Just the building, right? Not you, like the building.
No, it's the building, it's the land, it's the property, it's people, it's about permission.
So it's a beautiful place, right, you've got here.
Yeah.
On Google Maps from above, it looked quite big and quite good.
Yeah,
so I thought if I
3,000 acre estate.
So I thought if I fly the drone around, I can add a little bit of the flood footage into it now and then to show at that time of the year that happened. Mm-hmm. Put some music on it. People are probably going to watch that.
Yeah,
and it would be good for you.
But we do that for ourselves.
Okay.
But we pay commission for it, and we tell our visitors properly what's happening, and we do it properly through the book.
But you got a freebie now.
No.
No, I mean you get it for free, aren't you?
No, we pay videographers to come on site and to do it
But let's say one turned up on the internet and you watched it and said, oh, that's actually really nice.
Yeah.
Got it for free. Right?
But we follow policy because we're a really large charity, and you can't have
Yeah.
one rule for one person or one rule for one property. You have it's a blanket rule. So
I just wondered the wording of the policy. Well, not to be awkward, but if it said on there, like, you can't.
You really don't want to be okay? Go on.
No, but it may say, like, drones are not prohibited on our land, which means any visitor coming onto your land can't fly drones, but that's perfectly reasonable.
So it says here.
I suppose I'm trying to figure out whether me going off the land and flying across from out there would in fact breach your policy, or in fact maybe it wouldn't.
Because we require an operator ID and we ask for people. That's why we employ people. So we have an operator ID, we have their insurance, the drone will have an ID on it. So if it's found or caught or we know what we're looking for.
Caught?
As in like in a tree.
All right.
You know,
I thought you were talking about like a net or something.
No.
Okay. I mean, if
so
it...
it says,
Go on.
you know,
I
don't really know what you're really asking for. What I'm saying is that as a blanket rule, we don't allow drones on here. So if you go off site and put your drone into the space that I've told you we don't allow,
Yep.
even if you are physically stood off our land, your drone is still on our land. Does that make sense? Like that's kind of what I'm getting.
I suppose, to be blunt, I was just getting to the point of like, if the drone is allowed to go over, if your policy doesn't say that,
but I don't think it's allowed to go over because it's like what I've just said, like you may physically be stood in one place, but your property, as in like your item, your drone.
my drone will be
in
up there, yeah.
And so therefore, if it falls, if it, bumps into something, if it lands on someone, if it captures a picture of someone, if it scares an animal or destroys a habitat, that's on our land. You may not be on our land, but your drone, which may cause damage to our land, it might be a very small chance, but there is a chance.
Of course.
It's on our land.
Of course.
Does that make sense?
So I would need to be reasonable, wouldn't I, in my care, if I'm going to fly around really low.
I think we are being
dangerous
reasonable in our care of making sure that we're protecting our landscape and protecting the people and protecting the historical buildings. I think that's also reasonable. And so I understand that you want to come here, but as I say, we have.
I was just challenging the policy. I didn't know it existed till you told me, but if it says over,
of course it does. We're a massive charity.
If it says you can't fly over, then I'd go away and I'd challenge that.
Without permission.
But if it says can't do it on our land, then essentially that doesn't mean what I'm talking about.
You mean if you're? I think that it's very semantics what you're talking about. But it is because you're trying to make it fit and kind of get the answer that you want.
Wembley Park,
kind of
down in Wembley, they've got a PSPO, Public Space Protection Order from the council, and it includes drone flying.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you couldn't go out of the PSPO and fly the drone across Wembley Stadium, say. It means you can't launch it from in that zone.
Yeah.
But it's worded as no drones allowed in Brent. But what they mean is if you go outside of the zone and fly over, it's fine.
Well, as I say, I'm not an expert on all this stuff, so if you want to send an email to National Trust and say, I'm unsure.
Let me have a look if the policy's on. Is it online?
I don't know, I've got my insurance.
Right.
I've not got the National Trust website.
You may be mistaken on the policy, that's all.
Well, I may be, but my knowledge of it is blanket ban. We don't allow drones unless they have been they've been commissioned. We've applied. We've got the ID. We don't even
from in here though. I think that is right.
We don't even allow photo shoots. Like we don't even allow photographers.
That's fair enough.
People on site.
Yeah, because it's on the land, isn't it? Oh, is that you? Sorry.
Yeah, but you're capturing imagery of our land. Like that doesn't make it.
From the sky, yeah. I mean.
Yeah, but there's no difference. That's semantics. What you're talking about is semantics. It's the same thing,
Oh, that's you.
It is me.
Do you need to go? I can.
No, it's
okay.
fine. I want to finish this conversation. Just hold him for 1 second. But this is important to me.
It's important to me.
I want you to understand, though.
Go on. I'm going to just quickly. There we go. Got it.
Think that I'm just being pernickety.
No, what it is, a lot of private places have policies, and a lot of them don't they don't allow drones.
Yeah.
But what they mean is.
We don't not like them.
No, but.
We're just trying to protect the space. I don't know why it turns into a really, like when
Because
you say that, it sounds like a really offensive thing, and actually what we're doing is trying to protect the
the drone would be offended. If it was a person, it would feel like it can't go anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
From or over national trust. Okay, what we'll do, if I go off the land and I decide I'm going to fly over, nothing bad's going to happen, is it? Come on. No, I'm just saying you're not going to like come out and like
Well, no.
security. I don't know what you got here, but
But I think it's important for you to understand that you've asked a question, you may not have got the answer that you want, so therefore you're just going to go and do it anyway. Like, I think that's like a bit sad. Like,
No.
You profess to care about the space and think it's really beautiful.
it is, yeah.
And the manager is telling you that we're trying to protect the space, and so after all that, you're just going to say, well, I'm just going to go over there and do it anyway. Like, that doesn't show care or like protection of a space.
What it is, I could have done that without telling you, and you probably wouldn't know until the video went out.
Yeah,
but I came in to let you know.
But also, like that, and that's, I'm glad that you've done it, but because you maybe not got the answer that you wanted.
It's not about the answer.
Do it
Like,
anyway, like that's a bit sad. Like,
I just feel like you may be mistaken on the policy. You haven't got the policy to show me, you know, but.
Well, I'm not allowed to show you because it's confidential to the National Trust, but I will go up and read it now in great depth.
How can a member of the public follow it if we don't?
Well, what
if
did
we
it
can't
say?
read it?
What you said you just looked on the website.
I was trying to, yeah, I didn't want to do it in front of you because, you know, you're right there, it's rude, but the last time I read it, I'll be honest, it did, oh, there we go. It said, on our land.
Yeah.
It didn't say over.
So that's the word you're looking for then.
Because on your land, you can employ whatever rules you want, really. No phones allowed out, anything, really.
Yeah.
People have to follow it. But if they're out in public and they fly the drone across the airspace, the airspace is controlled by CAA.
But don't you think that? I mean, I don't know. Like, I might be mistaken on the thing, but don't you think that in itself is just?
Because you may have turned around and said, we'd rather you don't,
Well, yeah. Well,
but we can't really stop you out there. Can you please avoid whatever you say?
Yeah.
And then we've had a bit of a reasonable kind of, you know,
You don't think I've been reasonable?
you've been nice.
I've been very reasonable.
You've been polite.
Thank you.
But
I think I've been very polite.
you've said, I'm not going to allow it to happen. You know, don't do it.
When you said go off the side, I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to call the police. But what I'm saying,
I don't know, do I?
What I'm saying is that you've asked a question. You've maybe not got the answer that you were hoping for.
It's not that.
So it's just like go ahead, but you know that it's not something that we would want because we make sure that it's, you know, the insurance is right.
I do have insurance. Just so you're aware, I've got insurance on the drone. The drone is like legal. It's got everything it needs to have. Just so you know that.
I think I'm just disappointed in that. You know, I want that.
It's nothing personal against you because you've been really polite.
I know it's not anything personal against me, but it's.
But I feel
like I care about this space and I care about.
Sure, of course.
And you know.
They won't even know it's happened.
No, but you'd like to think that, you know, we try and protect them, we try and protect this space, and that would be respected.
Of course.
And I think that's my overwhelming feeling right now is that
the reason I do drones over National Trust is I like to test their policy. I'm being honest with you now.
Okay.
Because we know that their policy used to be quite strict. And then a lot of people started to take drones.
Trying to catch us out.
No. A lot of people did it, and they had a meeting about it and said, right, from now on, as long as they're outside, the drones can go over. So I'm coming around to different sites just to see.
To try and catch us out?
No, it's not my job. I do it like it's a hobby. I fly drones. I've just been down to the flood, genuinely flew over there for my YouTube channel. But part of what I used to do was National Trust. Don't really do it anymore, but I thought, as you're here, pop in and see. Because you may have gone, do you know what? Yeah, it's fine, carry on. And then it would have been like, oh, cool, they know, you know?
Yeah, but as I say, we don't, like, we're part of obviously this experiment that you just told me about.
Wow,
of, like,
it's not that, come on.
It's
not official.
Well, why don't you give me your email and then I can have a look at the policy, and if I hear anything different, I can let you know. Yeah?
Maybe. It's very warm in here. I think this coat is a bad idea.
So what's your name, sorry?
My name's Dan.
Dan?
Yeah, Dan. But I'm not too sure about giving details. I don't know.
I'm just going to email you for anything policy.
Okay, I can give you an email. No worries. Yeah, I'll give you an email. Let me just check. Hold on. I don't mind giving you an email.
No,
It's just
fine.
sometimes we do things and people are like, oh, what's your name? Like, and they get details, and then you just ring the police and say, oh, yeah, there's a guy came, flew his drone, and he is so and so. So for that respect, to try and stay quite anonymous.
Right.
But if it's just an email address, no worries at all.
I just thought you'd want to know if the policy,
Well-
you know, if I chase this up and find out that it's fine, then I can let you know. But
I used to do a lot of National Trust, not for that reason. I just used to go there and fly, right?
Yeah.
And I got a lot of backlash. A lot of them kicked off, not like you've been, like they're proper rude about it. And then over time, they had like a meeting about it and said, from now on, anybody that's doing what he does, providing they're off the land, they're allowed to do it, but we can't stop them, kind of thing. So just let them crack on. So I stopped doing it because I thought National Trust have obviously adapted. They've changed their policy to allow drones from outside to come over. So I stopped doing National Trust because there was no point.
well, because they agreed. So you want to go to controversial places.
Yeah.
You
No, but
like
we
the,
try-
you like. I feel like you like the controversy.
We try and educate different businesses and say, look, people that do fly drones are allowed to do it because people may not fly here because they don't want to get in trouble, you know? It's a beautiful place, so it could benefit everybody if people do it safely.
But do you understand why? Because it's a beautiful place. That's why we need some, like, we ask for permissions and stuff like that from our. Because otherwise, you could have, you know, it's just been Christmas. You could have 100 people here, all flying drones.
Well, yeah, that'd be a bit crazy.
Which then it wouldn't be safe, and it could harm the landscape. It could, you know.
But then you have to follow the drone code, right? And if there's a few people flying, you shouldn't really fly.
Well,
So I'm not here to catch you out, but I thought I'd be honest with you, and I don't want to come across like I'm just
Definitely
some
feel
random
it.
guy who's being awkward just for the sake of it. But imagine I was a different person. They would have took your word on it, walked away, and not flown. And we try and stop that. We try and like allow drone users to say, look, we can fly in these places. You are allowed to do it lawfully, kind of thing. And a lot of places have these policies which try and stop them.
But I'm not sure what the answer is. For you.
No, I don't need to
So
answer it.
I don't want to say.
I think there was a case study on it. Carry on, I'm listening. I just wanted to.
No,
I don't want to take
what I
any more of
was
your time
going
up.
to say is I don't want to. I mean, I assume that if you've had case studies on it, then yeah,
Well-
okay. If you stand off land that you can over, but as I say, I would just.
No, what it is, there was one ages ago, and there we go. This wasn't because of me, by the way. There, if you just read the first sort of lines on that one. That wasn't from me. That was, I think, a few years ago now, maybe.
Okay.
But when I started to do it, National Trust still weren't going with that. They were still trying to stop me doing it. And then after sort of, I don't know how many I did, maybe 15, 20 in the UK, there's quite a few. Apparently they'd had a meeting about me. Well, they didn't say me, but they said there's a guy flying drones. And like lawfully, we can't stop him doing it. So don't try and stop him, but just let him know that he has to follow like CAA law and blah, 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 blah. So I stopped doing it in the end. But I thought as you were next to the flood, I'll just come in and
But you said you've already flown over the flood.
did the flood. That's what I came up for today. And I saw you next door, so I thought, just have a little video here.
Okay.
Because I like flying drones in beautiful places, and it is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
So it will tick the box for that.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people though would love to. But as I say, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I assume that if I looked into it,
Yep.
then yeah, if you were stood on another part of land that wasn't ours, but
Main
then,
road, say yeah.
But then, yes, you'd probably be able to put your drone over the national. But as I say, one thing that we really care about is data protection, people
Yeah.
coming here and feeling safe and not feeling like they're being watched or not knowing what it's for, or that's why when we employ people to film, we will put signs up to say there are drones here, this is what it's being used for, this is where it's going to go. We like to provide that information so that it doesn't make people feel uncomfortable. So
Yeah,
I
sure.
think that
I get that. So if I tell you that I'm going to be reasonable as a drone flyer and stay high, people are going to be unidentifiable dots.
yeah, well, I hope that you would, without
Yeah.
having to come and tell me that you're being reasonable.
No, I'm just saying the people may
But
not be, but
I think that, yeah, I mean,
I will be.
I assume that there's probably some, like as you're saying, like some loophole in it. but I would just
Well-
ask for you to be respectful as much as possible.
Yeah. It's not your
I've
fault.
explained it.
National Trust policy is a bit, it's not you. You're just implementing
Yeah, I know.
what you've been told
Well,
to
don't
implement,
worry,
right?
I'm not
It's
personally
not- yeah.
offended, it's fine. But I do think that it's just interesting, isn't it? Because you, as I say, you're trying to test this boundary.
In a way, you could call it that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you yeah, that's what
Because
you
the airspace above a property is technically public. Obviously, if I was to fly really low in there and I was to like affect, sorry, do you want, don't interrupt me, mate. I'm not anything important.
The decorations and stuff. Is that alright?
So I'll be with you in 2 minutes.
Yeah, no worries.
We're done now. If I was to fly into your land and cause a disturbance for your visitors, that's different.
Yeah,
Because
and
you
but I think that's the concern that would
Yeah.
be from our part, is that it's not necessarily, it's, as I say, about people feeling safe. It's about like our ancient trees. You know, we've got like heavily protected trees on site, so it's about making sure that none of them get hurt. The habitat's there, the animals that we keep on site, and all over our 3,000 acre estate. It's not just in the park. So that's what
If I tell you that I'll stay away from the trees, I'm just saying, not to say yes, do it, but just to reassure you that that won't happen, you know? I'm not going to fly around a tree and then suddenly the drone just
Good.
goes inside
like,
the
yeah,
tree, you know?
I think that I would expect a reasonable level of caution from you when it comes to things like that. Yeah,
You can't expect it from everybody. You might get a reckless drone flyer.
I know, and that would be upsetting to me because, as I say, my job is to try and protect. The
Yeah. It can happen, and hopefully it doesn't happen to you, but... cool, nice talking. You've been very polite and professional.
Thank you.
I've had all sorts happen. So you've been very good.
Yeah. All right.
And,
Well,
yeah.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, take care. Yeah, go on.
Just to check. So you're going to go over?
I can go on the main road,
Yeah.
essentially, unless there's a bypass somewhere, I don't know.
No, there's not.
No?
And,
Yeah?
just to make sure that whilst you've been in here, you've not been filming at all, have you? Because that would be against our date.
The body camera's on, it is on the whole day, just so you're aware.
On the whole day.
As in
Where's this
it was technically on.
Okay.
I wasn't like here to film you.
Yeah, but where's the footage going?
Goes to my YouTube channel usually.
Of me?
No, like the drone footage.
Right.
But you asked me if it
And
was
of
on,
my-
so I couldn't
my
lie, I couldn't say no.
colleagues here. Of my colleagues here.
They've technically been captured. It doesn't mean that I'm going to put that in my video,
Yeah, but
because my
how-
videos are drone footage.
But how do we know that?
You don't. How can I reassure you?
Well,
I can't reassure you, can I?
No.
More than saying I'm not going
Which
to.
is why I need to take your name and your details, really.
For what reason?
Well, I just feel like
What's better?
if my colleagues have been captured by
Yes.
your footage, then they should have been asked for their permission
What
beforehand.
what happens is I put my body camera on from the morning till the night,
What are you expecting?
so that you've been very nice, but I've had all sorts happen, right? And it happens without warning sometimes. Right? I've had people come over and just go for the camera. Luckily, it was on,
But
right?
I just feel like it's unnecessary.
But you asked me if it was on, so I couldn't lie to you and say no. It is on the whole day,
Why-
but
but you should have probably asked my permission before.
it doesn't mean.
No, that's against the law.
I'm saying is it doesn't mean you're my video. It means I've came in with it on in case something happened.
Yeah,
You know?
but then what? So say for example, it hadn't have gone the way that it's just gone.
Let's say you'd have kicked off and got in my face and tried to pull the camera off me. 100%, I would put that in my video if that happened.
But why? But
If that
that's
happened.
what I mean. It's a very.
No, because that's a crime, isn't it? It's evidence of somebody committing an assault, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying like that dramatic, but I'm saying is that is also GDPR. Like you need to make sure that you are asking permission if you're filming people. Like that's.
I mean, lawfully I wouldn't. But-
it's about.
I'll be honest, whenever I'm walking around and I've got this on, I would just presume people know, because it's, it stands out. If I walk in town, people,
There's no flashing light or
That's
anything
true,
like
but-
that, is there? There's no,
wherever I walk, I just notice people, they just look at the camera. So I just presume that people know. It's not that I hide it.
I think you're treading a difficult line there.
What do you mean?
Because as I say, my job is to protect the staff as well.
Yeah, cool. Well, I've avoided going over there, really, to be fair.
I know, but it's important, you let people know that they're being filmed.
What do you think I should have, like a little sign? Because I genuinely just presume people know.
No, I would just say, just to let you know, this
Oh, right.
record what you're saying.
The thing is, when I say that, people then feel that maybe I'm specifically recording them, and I'm not, you know.
But what else would be the reason?
Like our interaction
So
doesn't necessarily...
Can I know your YouTube channel then, just so I can look at the video and check that I'm not on there, because I don't give my permission to be put on the internet.
But now you've told me that.
I don't give my permission. I don't give you permission to put any of my colleagues on the internet.
I haven't filmed them, have I?
I know, but I
don't think I have.
I don't know who you've spoken to.
I spoke to one lady, 2 seconds, and then I waited there for you.
Yeah, but like I don't. That is absolutely not okay, because you've not asked for permission before filming. You know, like that. It's just not. You know, I would really like. That's a basic. I think a basic request to say, you know.
So when the drone video goes out, because it's a drone video I'm here for,
Yeah.
I'm confident that you will see it quickly.
No, I would like to know the name of the YouTube channel that you're going to put it up, because then I can check that we're not put any faces on that don't want to be on the internet.
But let's say, you know, when I walked in, I spoke to a lady on the gatehouse, or the ticket area.
Sorry, I'm very...
Oh, sorry, go on. Yeah.
Do you have the yellow keys on?
Spoke to the lady in the gatehouse, ticket house. So let's say, for example, I put her in the video, because that's my initial hello.
Yeah.
I'm here for a drone today.
Yeah.
And you're saying that won't be good?
But did
Or-
you ask her permission?
No, I just walked over like I am now.
Well,
kind of
then I
thing.
would say no, because I think the respectful thing would be to ask permission.
What I'm saying is, if I put that in,
Yeah.
and you're now saying to me you want to check the channel
Well,
to make sure they're not. But if I'm telling you she might be in it, I don't know.
But I would just like you to not put her in it. Like,
'Cause she's the introduction,
why
isn't she?
Why would you not know? Because you're the one editing it, I'm assuming.
No, but she's like the introduction.
Okay.
I walked over with it in hand and said, "Oh, I'm going to fly this today,"
Yeah.
and they said, "Go and see the manager."
Yeah.
If I don't put that in, then it's like there's no intro.
Intro to what?
The video.
This conversation with
No,
me.
the intro to me coming here today. Like, see my point?
You couldn't film something to camera yourself.
Well, I can. I can go out and do that now if I want to. Yeah, I could. Yeah.
I think that would be.
I just
probably
don't
more
normally do that.
appropriate,
Right.
Because, as I say, before you really talk to people, you should let them know that they're being filmed and recorded.
I never do. The reason being as well is I've had a lot of bad things happen. Like people, well, you can't put the drone up here, and they get quite aggressive. If I told them first I'm being recorded, they would like act, wouldn't they? They'd be like, "Oh, I better not do that because I'm being recorded," you know?
So you want to get real raw footage, which
Yeah, I guess so.
I understand to an extent, but
If the reaction's bad.
I think the care that I have for my colleagues, like, kind of it feels a bit more important, I think, than capturing raw footage. I think that's something that is.
If I went round every place though that I've been in the past and I said, "Look, I'm recording," I would never ever have anything bad happen probably, and it wouldn't give a true.
Want anything bad to
No,
happen.
I don't. I don't like it happening. But if I would have turned up here and some guy comes out and goes, "Oh, mate, you can't fly that drone here," and he got aggressive, that's good in terms of it's highlighting that that's not good. You've been really polite. You could give me a tour and show me around, right? You could have. That would be positive, right? In which case, the extremity of the bad thing or the positive of you to show me around the whole place, both of those would be, in my opinion, in the public interest to be filmed.
Yeah, but
Right.
I don't give you permission to do
No, but and in between, like us today, okay, fine, there's not really much point, but if it would have gone really bad or really, really positive, that's great, isn't it? It makes it interesting.
Great for you. I would say it's great for you because of your channel, but I think for the people involved, I think that they deserve the ability to know what's happening to them, you know, don't you think?
I guess if they kicked off, they wouldn't want to be on the video. Yeah, I can understand that. But so where do we go from here? Because I'm going to go out and fly. I'll be there like half an hour, 40 minutes or so.
I think.
What time is it?
I think that you just need to. Do you mind just waiting for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And I can go and talk to my manager.
Yeah, I'm going to wait till there. I'm so warm.
I'm less bothered about the drone footage now.
Oh,
I'm
no.
more worried about you filming my team.
Ah.
So.
But I've only came in about that.
No, I know. So. If you
I'll wait out there though because I'm very warm.
Okay. You
I'll be out
wait
there. Yeah. No worries.
Waiting.
All right.
I've just double checked with my manager's manager just to see if there's anything else.
Yeah, sure.
I think, as I say, for me at the minute, before I do any more digging into drone stuff, I think my bigger concern right now is the fact that my team is upset. So
Your team's upset?
yeah, because the Elsa said that because it'd been recorded and stuff.
Which one was that?
The lady you spoke to at Welcome Desk First. So anyway,
In there?
Yeah.
Or
Anyway,
I can't remember who that was.
So
I can blur their face if
it absolutely needs.
No, but if that part,
it's very.
if that part was included,
No,
I can't see why it would be.
I don't want it to be. I don't want.
But
I don't want any.
If it was included, I will. That's just radio. I will blur whoever was on the desk.
No, I don't even think blurring is appropriate if possible. Okay, so.
What do you mean? Not appropriate? I mean, I don't plan to put that part in, but if I did, I mean, if they're not visible, then.
Yeah,
they're not in, are they?
Again, it's about the permission beforehand. I think.
Okay.
I think my biggest upset is less about actually using a drone and more about not asking people if it's okay if they're being filmed, especially if it will go online. So I would just ask you, please, if I am gonna see this video,
right? You will. I mean.
Well, I don't know.
It'll be nice. No, of course you will.
But if that is the case, that you respect that and you don't include any members of staff.
But you've said to me that, I don't know who you're talking about, but there's a person upset.
Well, yeah.
So when I hear that.
But that's for me to deal with.
Yeah, but when I hear that, and I know that whoever it was only on the film for like 5 seconds or less.
Yeah, but they just.
I can easily not include that in one way or the other, can't I? I can blur it or whatever.
But like me, I explicitly do not give permission to be on the internet.
But then you've been on the whole video.
Yeah, but that's me. I'm at work. You can't do that. I'm a human being who should be able to choose whether they are on and as I say, I'm not worried about, and as you say, I'm not worried about anything I've said or anything like that. But
I don't even know if you're going to be on the video, but I'm just trying to address your concern of if
I do have
if it
a
happened.
real concern. Because I think that the fact that explicit permission hasn't been asked or sought, and you're still not asking it now.
But if I say to you, can I have permission, you're going to say
no.
So.
But that's important. You see how that's important? Yeah. So yes, you can go off the land, fly the drone across, get the footage.
That's what I came for.
Yeah, but.
Had you said that in the very beginning, I'd have walked out.
Yeah, but I also don't. As I said, I'm not an expert. My job here is not to be an expert on every single policy that we have.
Oh, I agree with that.
You have explained your side of the story. I've listened.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it and saying, okay.
I'll be honest, you have been reasonable in the way you've came around, in my opinion, to the drone.
I'll listen to you. I'm happy to listen.
But initially, you did try and restrict me.
Yeah.
If I would have been a different person, I'd have gone, oh, sorry, I'll go.
Well, it's because my
But
that's because my basic understanding is that we, as I say, employ people. But I'm not going to go over it again because we've been around.
I just meant if somebody was unsure, you may have gone, let me go and check. You tried to stop me with all these different reasons.
Well, because as I say.
And now you've come round a little bit to it, right?
But what? Yeah, I don't disagree with you. But what I'm saying is the reason I as the manager today have come downstairs. Someone saying, I need you to talk to this person, please. About drone stuff.
Yeah.
The kind of thing that I know about it is that,
Yeah. I don't blame you for your what you said.
Okay, but I'd say my worry isn't about that now, and I really don't want to get into
It's about you being on the film.
It's about me and the rest of the staff here. It's not just about me.
Don't worry about them, because it was a very, very, very short, hi, I'm here for the drone. Oh, wait over there for the manager, and I walk around there. Okay. So literally 5 seconds.
Yeah, but
I can easily get rid of that, if I included it, easily.
Okay. So you're saying
it's 5 seconds, isn't it?
It's just me who's going to be on the video.
I can't guarantee you won't be, because we've been talking a long time. There may be part of that conversation that's really valid, I don't know. I need to go back over it.
That's not fair on me. Why is that fair? Because you didn't ask me.
Then it's not fair on me that you tried to stop me from flying the drone, all right?
But I've been respectful and listened to what you've
had
to say.
You have.
I would like
you
to
be
respectful and listen to what I have to say.
I am. I haven't just said I'm going to go and crack on. I'm still here.
No, I mean about the video. Don't mean about the drone footage. I mean about if I'm explicitly telling you that I don't give you permission to use.
But we've had a long conversation.
Yeah. Which.
And it hasn't been a bad conversation. So I may get home, I may watch it through and listen and think, do you know what, that part would be really good in the video, because it's gone from no to you coming round to actually, yeah, maybe we need to look at the policy. It sounds kind of cool, that does, right? But then you are in the video, yeah.
That doesn't negate the fact that I've now explicitly said to you.
You may watch it and go, I don't want to be in that video.
Yeah.
And then it's, how do we negotiate?
Well, then I suppose the only way you would be able to do that is if you made the video and sent it to me, and I would approve it or not approve it. But
okay.
But that is because, as I say, otherwise you are explicitly going against my right to not be put on the internet.
I don't mind.
By putting me, no matter how long our conversation is, that's a right as a human being, to not be put on the internet when you don't want to be. And as I say, I've been explicit. So if you did that, then that would not be good, would it? Because I'm explicitly saying that I don't allow you to use me in your video to make money or to.
If you word it like that, I mean.
Whatever, but that's true though, isn't it? If you think about it.
I wouldn't be using you, but.
No, if you think about it, and so that's.
You would
that's
contribute
explicit.
to the.
I'm not, but I don't allow you to allow me. I'm not allowing that. I don't want to contribute to your video. I'm allowing you to make your drone footage of the space so you can create a video. I do not give you permission to use me in
Fair
your
enough.
video.
I'm glad we've gone from not allowed to you allow me to do it.
Well,
no, it's great on a positive note. It's good.
Because what I think about it is that what I will do is I will go and talk to other people so that the next time this happens, I can be more informed. Okay?
That's perfect.
Right?
Yeah. That's great.
And that's about being reasonable.
That's what we want. Well, me. I say we. Me.
Yeah, but that's about being reasonable and nice and being respectful.
Okay.
And so what I would ask then in return is that you do not use me in your video.
But you say in return, it's like then I'm having a favour from you.
Well, okay, the semantics of that word is that I've been respectful, so I would like you to listen to me.
Yeah.
And be respectful.
You've been very polite, but you have delayed my drone flight by I don't know how long. A while. Right?
Okay. But I also think that you have wanted me to have this conversation. So.
I don't mind talking to people about it, and if there's an education to take place, that's great.
Okay.
And in this case, there may well be for National Trust, which is perfect.
Okay.
That's a good thing, yeah.
It is a good
I don't
thing.
always want to talk to people before I do the drone, but generally does happen.
But do you understand what I'm saying about
I do.
the video?
I can't guarantee that you won't be in the video at all.
Why?
We spoke for a long time.
You're editing.
Yeah, but if I watch it back and I think, do you know what, that'll make the video, rather than a 5 out of 10, that'll make the video a 9 out of 10 with that little part there. I'm going to put it in, aren't I? Because...
But why? Because I've asked you not to.
Yeah.
And the right thing to do would be to listen to someone.
People, where's that going? Sorry, people ask all the time. People that kick off always say it. No, you haven't kicked off. I don't want to be in your video, mate.
Can I at least know the name of the YouTube channel then? Because then at least I can see if you've listened to my request.
I'll send it to you if you want. I'll send you the video.
How? To Dunham?
No.
Send it to Dunham.
What I'm saying is, if you give me an email address or whatever you've got, I will make the video and I will send it to you.
Be able to see it.
That's what I'm saying. I will show it. I will send it to you, won't I?
Yeah. Okay.
Before I release it. I can make it, upload it, and send it to you, and it doesn't. No one will see it.
Well, on the website there is a Dunham Massey email. You can send it to there, and then.
And you'll get that, will you? Okay, I can do that. But then, what if I send it and you say, I'm in the video for 1 minute. I don't want to be. Then.
Ronnie, wait, please.
I think that it's courteous, isn't it?
Are you saying that there's no way you'll be happy with you at all in any part, or does it matter?
I wasn't asked for my permission. Well, I don't know. Is the answer?
Okay.
I don't know the type of videos that you make, so I don't know until I see it. Really.
So okay, the first half is normally talking about the drone, which can go positively. It can go averagely, like today, or it can go really badly where people really kick off. That's the first initial what happens, and then the second part is the beautiful footage with music on it, and it's beautiful. So credit to whichever place goes into it.
Okay, well why don't you send it to Dunham, the Dunham Massey email, which is on the website, and I'll...
So the viewers, the type of people that watch it are people that like drone footage, people that are local and maybe like this area, they've never seen it from above before, and of course people that like to be educated on drones, so they may watch it and go, oh, I didn't know you could fly over National Trust. Now I do. I've seen that conversation happen. I can fly there myself.
Okay.
That's kind of the audience. It's targeted that. It's a bit of both. If I only put drone footage on my video, nothing else, people won't find it as interesting, if that makes sense. There has to be
But again, that's,
some kind of
that's like using me to.
some kind of what do you call it? Dialogue.
Yeah. But again, that sits uncomfortably because that's using me to get something that you want. And I'm here at work.
What do you mean? I'm using something using you to get what I want? What do you mean? Come on.
No.
I get.
I'm not going to get into it because.
I get what you're saying, but I'm not using you. I promise you that.
It kind of feels like it.
You're a manager. You came into my video a little bit. It's been a very long discussion. I'm not going to put everything in for sure. Pointless. Your staff members, I can get rid of that. You can assure them that they won't be in the video. Those whoever they were there, I can tell you that. Because 5 seconds is 5 seconds, isn't it? It's not important, you know.
I'm so sorry to disturb you. It's been a minor first aid incident. Do you mind going into it? Is that all right? It's your fault for moving Is that all right? But it is minor. So.
Hi,
Hello.
Ellie. I'm the site manager.
She's been very nice.
She's been very helpful.
Yeah.
She always is. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
I think. Have you
Is
got
that the
some
email?
questions about? Yeah. So that's our email. So please do get in touch.
What it is, I think we cleared the drone part up, but she's now concerned that she's featured on my video a little bit and she doesn't want to, so that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
all it is.
I think just send an email and direct it to that email address.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
It's usually our operations manager that replies and things
Right,
like
okay.
that. But I better go and help with
That's
that.
fine. Yeah.
All right,
She's
but
been very polite, very professional.
No, she'll
no issue with her. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks very
Take
much.
care. No worries.
How are you finding your batteries? What do you do with your battery?
Yeah.
Well, that was an interesting one. That was Tash. It's getting quite late. 2 o'clock. So everybody, we are finished at Dunham Massey. It's between Warrington and Manchester, slightly south in between the two. And also put some of the canal breach footage in there as well. Oh yeah, and as you can see, well you can't now, one of my flights was from round there, further around that walkway. There's no way I could have flown from outside the front of this place today, because with all the trees in the way, not only would the line of sight be awkward, but the actual radio control signal doesn't do too well with trees for some reason. So yeah, walked all the way down there along, and you've got the floodplain there. So from there, you can actually see the National Trust building and stuff. So I flew mostly from there. I know I've started to show people where my takeoff spots are. As a CAA are being bombarded with droners. People who fly drones, or they claim to, and they dislike what I'm doing. So CAA advised me in person, face to face. I'm pretty sure none of those people have ever even spoke to anybody from CAA. They advised me to just film where I take off from each time and keep it. And if anything ever came up, you know, I could say, I've got that there. But I thought what I'd do, if I can, I'll just put it in the video anyway. And then it stops them even reporting. Or will it? No, of course it won't. They will definitely keep reporting because they like reporting. They must have a lot of time on their hands. But yeah, I like to fly quite close to buildings sometimes, and I like to get some quite difficult shots. So sometimes I do have to go out of my way to do a separate takeoff. It's not always about line of sight. Line of sight is the law, but you know, like, I'm not going to want to be going quite low near a building to get a beautiful shot of it if I can't even see the flipping drone or building myself. It's not good, because if the drone loses radio control signal and it's that low, it may well not go up and across. It may well just try and fly back, and it might hit the building. Who knows? So the point is, I like to be right there when I'm doing these kind of flights anyway. So we did initially launch the drone here. We launched it here, but literally as soon as the drone went up and I could see where the building that I wanted to fly next to was, what I did, I kept the drone up here and I walked round where I just came now, round there, and it goes like left, and it goes right down that way. That walkway goes all the way down there, look, there it is, and round to the left. So I got a good view of the place from down there, and it was good enough. I mean, I would have liked to have gone a bit lower and done some closer shots, but it's fine. It would have meant landing it again and going even further away. I mean, like me, further away from where I want to be. So yeah, the drone is complete. Thanks for watching, Dunham Massey. And hopefully Tash, I know you featured in the video, but hopefully you're not too annoyed about that, because you were very polite, very professional, just misinformed. And to be fair, you came round to the idea, and you saw logic in a situation where not many would. They would be stubborn and stick to the point, but you didn't do that, so fair play. Yeah, so thanks for watching, everybody, here at Dunham Massey. Thanks for watching, guys. We're now on our way to Manchester to do one more one more location before it gets dark. That's the problem with the daylight these days. Don't have time for many locations. So
turn right onto Woodhouse Lane.
take care, everybody.
5160.
I'll see you next one.